anywhere. The thought of coming home so far away. 20-something years old, a little young, a little bold. Ignorance is bliss, so they say. A little short on money, a little long on dreams. Trying to make a life of our own. Sunrise to sunset, we were hedging all our bets. Never gambled on coming home. No, we're never coming home. No, we're never coming home. People always change, while digging through the ashtray. Plenty of pennies, but there ain't no dimes. And the tank keeps getting empty, no matter how much you put in. Sick of losing all the time. Another payday gone by, another well-run dry. We're getting so broke, we're about to break. Yeah, we're catching it all in, all that sweat and all that sin. Not about as much as we can take. I think we got enough to get there. I think that this is our time. We may be going for broke, but let's try. Oh, coming home.
Okay. Turning the music down. Good morning. It is April 28th, Wednesday. Welcome to the Morning Buzz. My name is Mike Brady. But you know that because you're watching it. And it says that right below here. Some right there. Yeah. All right. It's the Morning Buzz Wednesday edition, and we have a full show today. I went to bed late last night. I was trying to get this interview uploaded with the guy, Robert Owens, that we had on the show yesterday. And if you caught the show, which looks like a lot of you did, the show went super long. We actually went about 45 minutes over our time that we typically end the show at 9 a.m. We went to about 9:48, I think, yesterday morning. I just did not want to stop Mr. Owens, Robert, from telling his story. He came on at 8 a.m. and he stayed with us almost till 10 o'clock. And so what a fascinating individual, an amazing story, super inspiring and motivating. And so I stayed up late last night downloading this video, right? The actual interview. And I wanted to get it posted and kind of archived on the Morning Buzz page. And so it just took forever for the video to just download. I don't know if it's because it was so long or if it's because the speed of the computer or what was going on. I have no idea. So anyways, we finally got that thing downloaded last night. I posted it on the Morning Buzz website. You could see it on there. And, you know, I would encourage you, if you have any interest or inclination to figure out how to live your best life at the age of 70 years old, I would highly encourage you guys to watch that interview in its full length. That guy is amazing. What an inspiration. Robert Owens, again, is just a 69-year-old gentleman. He's done 13 Ironmans. He's finished 12 Ironmans. His 13th one, he wasn't feeling right, I believe. And the story goes, he went home and had a heart attack because he didn't feel right in that last Ironman competition. And then, so now he had a heart attack. He's been recovering from COVID here for the last year. His lung capacity isn't where it was at one point. So he's kind of retraining his evaluating lungs, plural, lungs, two lungs, reevaluating kind of what his limitations are, along with some doctor's helps. In the meantime, he's doing underwater soccer. Like what? Playing soccer underwater. So I have good lungs, I think, and I would not be able to play underwater soccer. He's doing it with bad lungs or lungs that are recuperating from COVID. At the age of 70 years old, his plan is to go to Mexico in November to compete in another Ironman. It'll be his 14th Ironman, I believe. And his goal is to be the oldest Ironman competitor in the world at some point. So the current record is 86 years old, and he's trying to beat that. So Robert Owens is an amazing human being, and what a story. So if you haven't had a chance, if you didn't catch that interview yesterday, it's archived online there at the Morning Buzz Facebook page, and you can click on it and watch it. And again, I just didn't want to cut the guy off. We went super long. So that being said, stayed up late last night, making sure that the video got downloaded to the computer and then uploaded to Facebook and then pumped out to the World Wide Web for you guys to see. So that's there. And I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going. Oh, so the Robert Owens thing. So a side note, he hit me up after the interview was over, before he went out and went to do his workout. And before I went to do my workout, we exchanged texts back and forth. Robert's going to be in the area actually June 20th through the 24th, passing through here on his way to the Bay Area. He's going to make a stop overnight in Paso Robles, and or as the locals call it, Paso Robles. The people from LA call it Paso Robles. Paso Robles. It's actually El Paso de Robles is how you say it, but if you're local, we call it Paso Robles. So he's going to be making a stop through Paso Robles here in June, and we're going to set up a actual kind of I don't want to call it a meet and greet. It's not really a meet and greet. It's going to be more like a wine night at a venue where, I'll find a winery that wants to host it, something little quiet and secluded, and it'll just be a nice evening cocktail party. And Robert will be the guest of honor. He'll give us a little talk and enjoy wine, and we can pick his brain. And I just want it to be just a cool, fun, relaxing evening where we're surrounded by people that we love and people that want to better themselves and people that want to be inspired by Robert, and then also people who love wine. Who doesn't like wine? So anyways, that's something that I'm working on with him. He is the one that asked me if we could do something like that, and I said, yeah, that sounds great. So if you are interested in being a part of something like that, then hit me up and I'll make sure that I keep you posted with how that is progressing. But that's the plan as of now, mid-July. I'm sorry, August. What am I saying? June 20th through the 24th, somewhere in that range is when it's going to happen. And so, Mr. Aston, a public apology is necessary. I saw you, Josh, in the chat room, in the waiting room yesterday, waiting to come on. Your spot was 8:15, and I'm sorry, 8:30. You sat patiently in that waiting room. I know that you had really important business to cover with us in terms of the high school activities and happenings and things and the principals update that you wanted to give. We just didn't get to you, and I thank you for being understanding and patient with me on that. I'm just kidding. I know that you messaged me and said no worries. I didn't really have a lot to go over anyways. This late breaking news. Hold on, Mr. Burnett. Okay, Andy Burnett. I'm watching. I'm just got a message from Mr. Burnett saying they double booked their stuff this morning. They will be on. They're going to give us a short update this morning, maybe 10 minutes max, 15 minutes max, which is perfect. Because really, I mean, do you really need to listen to the superintendent and the assistant superintendent talk for more than 10 minutes? I don't know. I'm just kidding. I, I I love those guys. It's fun to get to know them, and good stuff. So, Mr. Aston, again, I apologize for not getting you on in your regular time slot yesterday. But when Robert Owens, who's a world renowned uh, Ironman athlete, that was not nice. What was not nice? Why? My wife is now in the chat room telling me that I'm not being nice. I'm. It's just my attempt at humor. I'm sorry. Um, so Mr. Aston will join us next week. He didn't really have a lot to go over, and Robert Owens had a great story, and so I didn't want to cut him off. That's why I kind of veered from the schedule. All right, the schedule for today is as follows. Today at 7:20, we are going to have Amanda Moore in to do our 75 hard check-in, our weekly 75 hard update check-in. That's exciting. And more on that in a minute. At 7:30, Mr. Mac will be in to talk about all the activities at the high school with the sports and the sports update and the activities update. Mr. Lewis is going to give us a history lesson today at 7:45. I'm super pumped about that. This is like the extent of the school that I get nowadays. Is having Mr. Lewis come on Wednesdays and give us our weekly history lesson. Coach Crow will be in the house. He will not probably be on screen. He will probably be calling in again because why break a good bad habit right now, right? I mean, it's the last week of football. It's the final game. It's senior week. It is our final home game of the season, of the year, and we'll get him on one last time, or one last pregame time, I guess you would call it, and then see how he's feeling about this year, the win over San Luis on Friday, which was huge. And then you go from there. And then also Mr. Asplin, Mr. Burnett, they will be in to give us their district update. And yeah, Mr. Asplund, I had the pleasure of seeing him and his wife and their sons, 3 of their sons yesterday in Morro Bay. 2 of them are playing volleyball. The third one, it was his birthday, and he got to sit there and watch his brothers play volleyball. Sounds like a typical birthday when you're like of school age, right? Your parents drag you along to things you don't want to be a part of. But got to see Aaron and his wife, and had a chance to catch up with them briefly, so that was great. Fun times, right? It sounds like we're going into a new tier as of 8 o'clock this morning. I still don't know fully what all the tiers mean in my life, other than we have to wear masks and we're restricted to going into some sporting events or something. I don't know, but I guess it's good news. Everybody seems to be happy that we're moving into a new tier. Is the tier affecting your life, the tier change? I want to know. Let me know in the comments if you are being affected by this tier change. Businesses continue to, I guess, survive and continue to reopen in a broader scale, which is great. So yeah. The other thing that we have going on this morning is, of course, Mr. Anthony Reed. He is the what do you call it? The administrator of the Facebook page Pastoral's Incidents and Actions. It's got over 6,000 followers, and he is dedicated. This is a community service of his where he gives us all of the latest and greatest incidents and actions happening in and around the North County. It's a special day for him today, and so we're excited that he's going to join us here to celebrate his birthday today with us. So I'm going to see if we can get him in the chat room. Let's see here. I'm trying to stand by. Uh, oh, yeah, there we go. We're just gonna let it play.
It's all good.
It might be the worst birthday song ever, but all right. If you're just joining us today, is Mr. Anthony Reed's birthday. What are you, 26?
Yeah, 26.
26 years old. All right, so let's talk real quickly about your first 25 years.
Well, go ahead.
If you were able to pick the highlight of your first quarter century here on Earth, give me one of the greatest things that's been a highlight in your life in your first 25 years.
Can I pick every year?
Every year?
Yeah.
Wait, just having another year, that's been the highlight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love that. That's great.
Yeah. That's humble.
So. Every year's a blessing for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the spirit of positivity, we're not going to go with your lowlights. I don't want to know what your greatest bummer is about your first 25 years, because the past is the past and we move forward. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish in your next 25 years here on Earth, if you're given 25 years?
Just to be a great person, just like excuse me, I'm getting old, as you can see. Was his name Robert yesterday?
Robert, yeah, Robert Owens.
Yeah, Robert, yeah. I want to be like Robert when I grow up. So I said that yesterday, just to be. No, I'm just kidding. Just to be an inspiration to others, and not have others, of course, be like me, because there's only one Anthony Reed in the world. So. But no, just to be an inspiration to others, and just live every day like it's my last. So because as we both know, tomorrow's not promised. So just live it up.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. Well, very cool. All right. So 26, do you feel any different?
This year this day is like my one day of the year where I can feel groggy in the morning, which I do today. So I'm feeling a little groggy, but I know that by the end of the day, I'll be feeling good. So.
Okay. All right. And then the question of the day is, what is going to be your beer of choice tonight at your birthday dinner that your parents take you to?
I like a Blue Moon, so I'll probably have a couple of those, maybe a shot of Patron. Who knows?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Funny story that if my dad's watching this, he'll remember us, and he'll be laughing in his office at work on my 21st birthday. And never mind the fact that I had been drinking all day with my friends and all that stuff on that day 5 years ago, or actually 4 years ago. I can't count. See, I'm getting old.
Yeah.
But anyways, so me and my dad went out to Pappy McGregor's in Paso, and like I said, I had been drinking and partying all day and all that stuff. And I remember I got like 2 shots of Patron at the bar, and I remember, or I don't remember, but I was told that that I spilled over like some ranch dressing or something, and it got everywhere and all that stuff. And the uh, the bar guy said I was tapped out and stuff. so then I was able to walk to the car and everything, and so we got home, and in my dad's house there's this little garage, and like there's stairs that go down into the house, and the way it's set up is that there's a recycle bin that's like right next to the stairs, and so I hit the recycle bin with my right foot, and my dad just started cracking up laughing, and so it was pretty funny.
Well,
So, but anyway,
you're older and wiser now. We all have those young party day birthday stories that we can remember or not remember.
no, I remember that. Yeah. So
Well, happy birthday to you. Be safe tonight, and of course, we're going to check in with you a couple more times this morning. But
Yep.
any incidents or actions to report real quick before we let you go?
No, just nothing really happened overnight, CHP wise or anywhere else, which is a good thing. So
Mhm.
it's supposed to be warmer today. So there's a history here in Paso that as it gets warmer and the more people come out, the more stuff happens. So
Mhm.
because it's supposed to be in the 90s, mid 90s. I think I saw 95
Love it. Love it.
in the weather report yesterday from Dave Hovde. So so as it gets warmer, the more people are going to come out, and the more stuff's going to happen. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be one of those people coming out. I love it.
I will be too. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, man. Happy birthday to you. One more time with the song.
All right.
All right. We'll check back with you here in a little bit.
All right.
All right. See ya. All right. Anthony Reed, Paso Robles Incidents and Actions. It's his 26th birthday. Oh, to be 26 again, right? Amanda, do you remember being 26?
I do.
You do? What was
Yeah.
that, like 2 years ago for you?
No,
Uh-huh. No.
I think I spent most of 26 being pregnant with my third kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Where were we at 26? Was Noel born yet? I don't know.
Yeah.
Noel was born?
Yes.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
like a year probably. Well, I had Bella when I was 25, so
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Noel, well, Allison and I will be 44 this year, and Noel's 16. So yeah, maybe we were 26 or 27.
oh yeah, you guys are older than me by a few years. Maybe he wasn't born.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is it seems like it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I feel 26 still. I actually feel younger than 26 these days.
I bet you do.
I'm feeling amazing this week.
Good.
I have a confession to make. My diet, I've introduced a couple different things into it in the last week that I don't think are they're still on plan, right? But I'm not sure that I'm agreeing with having them in my diet right now because it's kind of hurting my performance, I can tell. Like beans. Are you eating any beans?
I'm very rarely.
Okay.
I probably had beans like once or twice in the last 35 days or whatever day I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in case you're just joining us, Amanda and I are doing this challenge called the 75 Hard Challenge. She's the one that turned me on to it. It's basically 75 days of a challenge that is meant to be a mental and physical, I don't know, challenge, right?
Mhm.
Well, there's rules involved. You have to work out at least twice a day. One of them has to be indoors, or one of them has to be outdoors. They both have to be at least 45 minutes long. You have to drink at least a gallon of water a day. You have to read 10 pages of a book a day, and the book can't be just any book. It has to be a book that's like what do you call it?
Self-development.
Self-development. Yeah,
Yeah.
something that's going to better yourself, right?
Yeah.
What other rules are there? No alcohol.
Right? Don't cheat on your diet.
Mhm.
I think you got them all. Working out.
And the
Take a
diet.
Take a progress pick every day.
Oh, progress pick. That's right.
Yeah.
And the diet itself is they kind of leave that up to your discretion. What I did was I just piggybacked off of Amanda's diet regimen, which was no gluten, no dairy, no sugar.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, I'm day 30 today. You're day 36, 35.
I never can remember. I have to look at my app.
See, you gotta, yeah, the app is like the first thing I click on in the morning and the last thing I click on at night.
Yeah.
It's
definitely a huge help. I think people fail because the kicker with Hard 75 is if you miss one thing one day, you have to start over on day one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the app helps as you check at the end of the day, did I do everything?
And if you don't check something off, then the guy whose program it is, his face pops up on your screen and it says, "What did you do? Forget? Did you mess up?"
Right.
Yeah. So, all right. Have you mixed up anything this week? Are you changing anything up?
I'm pretty much staying the same. However, I did decide to start measuring. I really wish I would have taken my measurements at the beginning, but I didn't. So, just because I was at a weight loss plateau for like 2 weeks and then finally, I saw the scale move, but I've been encouraged in that Facebook group. Really the scale it doesn't matter. It doesn't really portray what's happening. And that's partly why they're having us take pictures every day, but I did measure and I plan on doing that like once a week. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for girls it's a little different. Guys aren't really into measuring themselves too much. I mean, unless you're trying to, gain like muscle mass and bulk and whatnot. But yeah, I your pictures specifically, you can see a change in your core. Like your core is just completely chiseled now, whereas before, you had. It wasn't chiseled, but
I'm working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't big by any stretch, right? But you're definitely getting more defined. And what's the word that they use with bodybuilders when you start to basically sculpt yourself and have all your defined muscles popping out? So that's cool to see, right?
Yeah.
Totally. And for me, looking at my face picture side by side, I'm like, holy smokes, like, are my cheeks really 30 pounds? Because I just, but yeah, I mean, what a difference. I've had a few people reach out to me in the last 24 hours just saying, hey, I want to do it. It seems like it's working for you. And so that's cool. And that's encouraging, right?
Totally cool. That's same. I think 3 people messaged me this week. They're starting this week.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's great to encourage people to be healthier and do these kind of things.
Yeah. So now here's my dilemma. I'm already thinking after the 75 days about what the next challenge is. And I think what I'm going to do with a buddy of mine is we're putting together a backpacking trip that is going to be a 4-day deal that summits a bunch of peaks in Colorado. It just not really like super extreme where I might die, but I mean, it's the most extreme thing I've ever done. So, but I feel like I should be training for something like that right now, which is kind of what I'm, trying to shift my mentality towards. But I don't want to get caught up in thinking too far ahead, because the part of this program is like every day, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Consistent happens. That's awesome though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You should talk to Jason. He's looking for a backpack buddy.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, we're thinking about like late August, so I will hit him up for sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
I also finished my first book, day 30. The book was 290 pages or whatever. So
yeah,
I finished my first book last night. My new book that I'm starting, it's got a bad word in the title, but I don't know if you could see.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Gary John Bishop. My wife bought this for me. Basically, it's all about shifting mindset, and what's standing in the way of living your best life. Most people would reference things like relationships, people, money, their job, unfortunate circumstances. None of these explanations make any difference. So he's all about, mindset and positivity and in your thoughts and whatnot. So
awesome.
looking forward to this one. What are you reading right now?
I'm finishing up Yeah, I'm finishing up boundaries with teens today. I'm going to finish that up. So
Okay.
I'm kind of going to decide between a couple books. Yeah.
And then so that book's being completed. Are you just like a new mom now all of a sudden?
No, I think my kids are like, get that book out of the house.
Because you're drawing references from it all the time.
It's definitely helping. It's definitely helping me make some connections and kind of see my patterns that I've had for so long that aren't probably the healthiest. So it's definitely benefiting. Yeah, for sure.
Well, do me a favor. When you get done with Noel, you can send him back here.
All right.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll check in again next week. I just, I want to make sure that you and I are having this conversation weekly from a girl's perspective and a guy's perspective. So
sounds good. Keep up the good work.
You too. Thanks so much.
All right. Talk to you later.
See ya. All right, that's Amanda Moore. She is my partner in crime doing this 75 Hard challenge, the person who inspired me to do it. And so, yeah, thank you, Amanda, for doing that. Speaking of another person who inspires me, Mr. Matt McFarland, how are you, sir?
Great, man. It's a beautiful day. It's Wednesday.
It is. And I apologize. Our volleyball update notes, you didn't get them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thanks. I got the notes, just couldn't open them. So
just so you know, I want you to see what I did for you yesterday during the game. I actually made a note, and I attached pictures from each game to the note. And then
is that a video? Is the bottom one a video?
It is a video.
Oh, I didn't see that. I only saw the pictures.
And then Allison went, I guess, and made notes about the games. And then we were so proud of the detail and the thoroughness of giving you the information for your update. And ultimately, it just ended up on the cutting room floor. You didn't get to it.
Yes. So here's something weird. So I'm looking at what you sent me. Is that the varsity that you sent?
So Allison sent them to you.
Yeah,
I sent them to her. She sent them to you. She said Mr. Matt couldn't open them. So then I resent them straight to you this morning.
Yeah.
But you couldn't open them either.
Right. But now I can.
Oh.
But on the varsity, again, we're just sausage making right now. But Mike, on the varsity one, I just see 5 pictures, but I saw when you held it up, there was a video. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like a 1-second video. It was short.
Oh, well, yeah.
It was just a serve.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, so Mike. I appreciate that. And we'll get that up on our Facebook page today.
That's all. You know what? Hey, it's all good. By next fall season, we're going to have a system down, and it'll just be plug and play. Here's what you should do.
Tell me, Mike, What should I do?
In your spare time, what you should do is develop some type of something that the coach, all they need to do is click on, upload a couple photos, and and it's just done. Right?
Yeah, I've been working on that. It's called text.
Oh, there's that too. Yeah, that works.
No, hey, coaches have been just great getting me stuff. So to be honest, our soccer team both soccer coaches are dialed in, man. They get that thing to me. They got the girls team has the girls taking the pictures afterwards. The guys, one of the coaches in charge of that, and now volleyball has come on board. So appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely a team effort. So
then what we need to do is get all the other coaches to send the soccer coaches their updates. The soccer coaches could then put them all together for you in a format that
yeah, something like that. I'm just happy with what we got. So, I remember last year, KPRL reached out and said that what we've got going, sending out in the morning, is better than most colleges he's seen. So,
cool.
Well, that's pretty good.
Now, do you send it? You send it to KPRL every morning?
Yeah, KPRL reads in the morning. So does KSBY and Tascadero News and Tascadero Press, or Paso Robles Press.
And the Morning Buzz.
And well, of course, Morning Buzz. That
Yeah.
was the one that went first, and then
Right.
everybody else. But
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. So do we have anything to report this morning? What?
guys got their fourth shutout. Beat Napomo 1-0. Gabe Soltero, whose mom you had on the
Yeah.
show. Great story about him. He's been injured. He had a great start of the season. Had a multi-goal game, and then he's been out. And yesterday was his first game back, and bam, scores the winning goal. I mean, it wasn't at the end, but he first half scored a goal. And if you scroll down to the bottom, which I know you can't play probably on this, but there's video of his goal.
I can play the video. I just can't. We won't be able to hear it.
Oh, it's okay. There's no sound to it. So that's Lucas Hammer, and then Lincoln just kind of added to it, and then there's Gabe kicking it in. That was the difference right there. 1-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who shot that video?
That's Malcolm.
Okay.
High.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So great, great victory there for us. That they finally get a day off. So they get a day off this Thursday, and they pick up again next week. They are 6-1-1, but 6-1-1 actually puts them in second place. 5-0-2, the Atascadero.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So
Atascadero, they're good at something this year.
Wow. Okay. Do you have no people?
No, there's literally nobody from Atascadero watching.
Okay, just Templeton and Paso. That's it.
Templeton and Paso. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 5-0-2 for Atascadero puts them as the Ocean League leaders right now, with Templeton in second. And then the girls played last night, and they lost a tough one, 3-1. Lauren English, who you have also had on your show. Do you see the connection? There's people that are on your show tend to be the people that later on something good happens to them.
It's like a launch pad. It's a launch pad for them to just excel and move to the next level of their sports abilities. Probably because I'm a pretty accomplished athlete myself.
Right. And anybody who's listened to the show realizes some of your exploits.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah. So Lauren English scored I'm sorry, that's wrong. Marin Grinley scored. Lauren English just missed a goal that would have put us up 2-0 in the first half. Drilled it off the crossbar. So close. So I take that back. Sorry, Marin. Marin got the goal, 1-0. Lauren almost got a goal, which would have put us up 2-0. Unfortunately, the almost and the super close and all that really only counts in certain things, like cornhole and I don't know. Horseshoes.
Yeah, cornhole, horseshoes, shuffleboard, things like that. Darts.
And Napomo, the team they played, is undefeated, and the presumptive, according to our coach, Coach Wells, the presumptive league winners. And they just attacked us hard, and we did. He said we fought well in the second half, but they just overwhelmed the Eagles, were his words, 3-1. So next week we got a couple other matches, but Napomo is the real deal.
We could have used the English girls yesterday in Morro Bay.
That's a tough call, having those girls have to choose, and I know they love both sports and both coaches. So
yep, it's it is what it is. And Lauren's gonna have Lindsay will be gone, right? But Lauren will be back next year. We'll have normal kind of seasons.
Yeah.
So we will enjoy her being back, but. Yeah, I mean, it's been tough having, I think, 3 girls, right? Oh no, Summer was with us yesterday, but the English girls weren't. So, speaking of which, Summer suffered some type of injury in the volleyball game last night. It looked like, judging from what we saw, it looked like some type of groin pull or something. That, which I remember the play. She dove for the ball. 2 girls dove for the ball simultaneously, and she obviously went all out. But after that play was over, she had to get out and then changed. She put her sweats back on, and that was the end. So that was like in the first set, I think, something like that. But
that's tough to come back. No English girls and no summer. That's tough.
But the varsity girls, I'm very encouraged by the way they played. Even the JV girls as well. But yeah, they look. It's like we're right there. We're so close. They should be winning all of these matches. And it just comes down to, I guess, continuously like repetition and practice and communication and all of it, right? And so we'll get there. Next year will be fun.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, let me share with you, because this came in after the briefing went out this morning. Guys volleyball. Coach Slozar said that the boys are showing huge improvement despite dropping to Morro Bay last night in 4 games. It was 12-25, 25-23, 15-25, 23-25. So some couple tight ones there. She said led by senior Austin Wright with 9 kills and sophomore Kyle Asplund with 7 kills. And of course, Kyle is playing, he's a multi-sport guy. The Eagles started to show momentum on offense. She said, we're still making rookie mistakes against seasoned teams, which is what you would expect from a young team and the limited practices they've had. She said they showed incredible tenacity and grit. They're winning some key long rallies, which shows commitment and desire, as well as demonstrating they're beginning to work together. Senior Tommy Hamilton, who's new to the game, led in blocking for the Eagles with 5 blocks.
Wow.
And they're looking forward to playing tonight. No, playing tomorrow. They're today at home. So yeah, good news on the guys front. The thing about guys volleyball, I don't know if you know this, Mike, but they're playing a total, if I'm pretty sure this is true, they're playing a total of 6 games. Their season is 6 games. They're done next week.
Yeah, and they came in 4 games into the actual season. Right?
They came late. I think last week were their first games.
Yeah.
So limited practice, but it's nice to hear the coach is seeing some good things.
Actually, we watched them in warm-ups again yesterday. They look like they know what they're doing. I mean, for a bunch of boys who haven't really ever played the game before, man, they look legit to me. And they can hit the ball like hard. We have a lot of female athletes on those teams that could really kill that ball.
Yeah,
right?
they can.
But the difference is these boys have not been playing as long or in these organized, capacities that the girls have been doing it. But yeah, I mean, I was impressed. I think, volleyball for us could be, what's our past look like with our men's volleyball? Have we typically had a strong men's?
We have at times had a really good team, and it, like with all sports, it totally varies on who decides they're going to play that year. Mm-hmm. We did have, and one of your listeners is going to remind me, we did have a guy who went a few years back, went on a volleyball college scholarship. His name escapes me at this particular moment, but it'll come to me. But he went on a college scholarship for volleyball. And of course, girls volleyball, we've had people leave on scholarships for girls volleyball. Cheyenne Rice. Who else? Anyways, we've had volleyball has been a really good sport for us. More so with girls than guys. And I think that's mainly because of the consistency in the coaching and consistency of the players playing multiple years and kind of growing up in club volleyball, just like sure. club soccer. The kids who play club soccer, you turn around and watch them on the field. You're like, wow, this kid plays. And you just need that time together and just experience.
Yeah. Well, it's this is Allison's third season coaching,
Yeah.
I think. And she's enjoyed every minute of it, and especially watching these girls. The team that she has this year, she got to coach as freshman last year and now as JV, and so that's been fun to kind of watch that progression as well. Andrew Cherry was saying that Henry Cherry was the boys player.
That's true. And you know who the other one was? Chase Irwin.
Oh, Chase Irwin.
Chase Irwin was the other one.
Is Henry Cherry related to Andrew Cherry?
He's not.
Oh,
he's not. But Henry Cherry was a great kid. Man, what a great kid. So was Chase Irwin. Both those guys were great. And those guys could hit. Yeah, they could hit hard.
We need to do something about getting Coach Cherry on the show.
Oh man, that'd be great.
ASAP this week. Andrew, Coach Cherry, if you're listening, we'd love to have you on to do some type of basketball kind of interview and talk about what the team looks like this year. I know Mr. Mack is probably a good spokesperson for the basketball program, but I'd kind of want somebody like you who's an expert to come in. No offense, Mr. Mack.
Wow. I felt that slap, and I'm not even in person.
Well, I mean, it's like, do you want to watch me and you talk about fixing cars, or do we want to have a mechanic in here, right? Like,
okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. I give you that one.
We know how to drive. We both know how to drive.
Right.
Yeah. Come on. No.
Okay. Well, just know that the guys do play. I do know this much, Mike. The guys do play this Thursday and Friday against Napomo. I do know that, and I know that our team is 2-0. I know that Xander is averaging a double-double, which is awesome. But I think it would be great to have Coach Cherry on. He definitely has a great basketball mind, and not more importantly, but equally as important, he has a great relationship with his players. His players walk through fire for him. So I think that's a lot about why the team is so good. Well, we got good players and we got a good coach, but we've seen good players and good coaches not get along, and then the team kind of falls apart. So,
hey, anyway. Speaking of good players and good coaches, you know who a good history coach is?
Well, I know there's a lot of people that are, right there, but the one that is clearly head and shoulders above has got to be Mr. Lewis.
Eric Lewis is my history coach. Every Wednesday, he takes me to practice.
Excellent.
We learn new things about history every week with him.
Yep.
And he's on a tight time crunch, just like you. So
yep.
Are you done? I don't mean to cut you off and say.
Yeah, no, I'm done. But I'm going to leave a question, and either Eric can answer it now or he can answer it next Wednesday. I know that they have and I don't know the answer to this. I know that California lost a representative because of the census. So my question is, how do they determine which one's out? I mean, one of those guys is out, right? I mean, one of those reps is no longer is going to be working. So I don't know.
A congressman?
Well, we're losing. Yeah, I mean, I think we're losing a congressman, right, Eric?
We got no volume.
Oh, no volume. That is a bummer.
No. All right, try disconnecting Mr. Lewis and then reconnecting on the link. Try shutting it down and restarting it.
And I bet he knows the answer too.
So what is this? How disconnected am I that I don't know this? You're saying that there's a CA representative.
Yeah, if you just look up census or something like that, the last couple of days it's been on the news. There's been a shift in states because of the census. You get representative based on how many people, per. Eric will know. So I know it's probably going to affect our electoral vote by one vote. Texas, I think, picked up 2. I think Montana picked up 1. I But other states lost, as there's kind of a shifting of New York lost a representative by 89 votes or 89 people. So anyways,
Yeah, I
Eric will know
didn't,
the answer to that.
and Eric's got no volume, so
He's got no volume.
yeah. This is might be the worst show yet. I mean, we're right up there. Can you hear us, Eric? Thumbs up if you can hear us. Okay. Well, I don't know. Nothing's changed. I don't know. All right, Matt, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Grab your computer, walk it over to Eric's class, plug it in. Let's get
Yeah, I've got a super long extension cord. It's going to have to be about 10,000 foot long.
All right. So for those of you who are new to the show, just joining us this morning for the first time, typically what we do is Mr. Lewis will give us a weekly history update. It's telling him that his mic access is denied. Then that's got to be something on your end with your iPhone. So
yeah, his freedom of speech is definitely being violated. Hey, Mike, I'm going to go because another First Amendment right is a right to assemble. And so my students are going to be assembling online today.
Okay.
So, hey, Mike, tomorrow, remind me to tell you about our rodeo kids who are going to state.
Love it. Let's,
Okay.
Awesome.
Take care.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Well, Mr. Lewis, maybe we can try again later on this week, tomorrow or Friday. It's got to be a setting with your iPhone that, I mean, maybe power the whole thing down at some point today and then turn it back on and see if it fixes it tomorrow. So, well, I appreciate you trying. We'll see you later. All right. We didn't get Eric Lewis. He was messaging me in the private chat. That's a bummer because I look forward to the history lesson every week where he comes in and talks about different things in government and different things in history. And it allows me to ask stupid questions. You know, I'm one of those guys that doesn't really listen or watch too much news. Which is ironic because you guys rely on me to use this platform to report news, right? But I don't want to, I don't want to spend too much time with politics and government and hard hitting, political things going on in the world. That's just not what I want to use this program for. But Eric comes on every week and does a history lesson with us. For instance, he, a couple of weeks ago, it was the anniversary of the Titanic, right? And so he gave us kind of the rundown of what happened. And did you know that when the Titanic called out for SOS, they actually had a boat within an hour and a half of them that could have responded. And had they responded, then the entire population of the Titanic could have been saved. However, that boat decided not to respond until the morning because they were fearful of all of the icebergs that were in the area and the weather. And so, things like that. Those are the cool things about history that Eric Lewis talks about weekly with us. Mark and Shelly Silvera, good morning, Mike. Great show. Thank you so much. Go Bruins, Belmont Bruins. Hey, is your daughter going to Belmont? I need to know. Haley Faith Silvera is a beautiful, super talented, intelligent person that's out of Paso Robles High School. She was talking about going to Belmont as well at some point. So I don't, let me know if she's going because that is where Abby will be for the next 4 years or more. Who knows? We're looking forward to her getting out to Nashville. So, all right, it's 7:54. It's almost time for our update with Mr. Anthony Reed. Matt McFarland sent me the link to the story about California losing a representative. So let me dial that in here in a minute. But at this point, 7:55, let's go ahead and check in with the birthday boy. One more time. right. It's your birthday.
Yep.
I'm wondering, I'm playing this birthday song, and Facebook likes to shut down anytime I play music that I'm not licensed to play.
I was wondering about that.
I'm wondering if I'm licensed to play Happy Birthday. I would think that, I don't know. I come to think of it, do we ever see videos on Facebook with crowds singing Happy Birthday? I don't know.
Well, I've always thought that in the last 25 years that my birthday was a national holiday. So
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna talk to President Biden about putting that into law.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. All right. Anything to report on the roadways this morning? Any incidents? Any people blowing up their RVs or campers, or any cows in the road? Like what's going on in the North County?
Like I said, I think the world is kind of thinking that it's a national holiday. So I think people are starting to kind of realize that, and they're going easy this morning, so which is a good thing. So yeah, nothing going on. And I was just kidding about the first part. I don't have time for all that. So, but anyways, no, it's all clear on the roadways. CHP isn't reporting anything. They're just doing their regular assist with construction out on Estrella Road, which is just east of Paso Robles, near the Whitley Gardens area. Just remember, slow for the cone zone, and that type of thing. So other than that, nothing really going on.
Okay. All right. Well, good. That's good news. Well, slow news day is a good day. So.
Yep.
All right, good deal. Well, check back with us here at 8:55. And if you're not doing anything this morning, Coach Crow's going to come on at right around 8:00 here. So he should be texting me any minute to let me know if he's going to be hopping on. So we'll talk football, and then we've got a district update, and then we'll check back with you here at the end of the show.
Yep, I'll be watching. I don't have anything going on until 12:00, which is when we'll lunch with my mom. So it's all good.
Perfect. All right. We'll talk to you then. See you.
All right.
Bye. All right. It's 7:57. Waiting for Coach Crow to give me a text or let me know if he's going to be able to get into the waiting room, and maybe we can get a visual on him. If we can't get the visual, then we will go to the phones and do it like we've done it in the past. All right. Mr. McFarland was talking earlier about California losing a House seat. States that gained seats were mostly Republican leaning. States that lost seats were mostly Democrat, but consisted of close battleground states. Blah blah blah. Okay, so 218 Democratic seats, 212. Okay. So this looks like a periodic table. This picture. I'm no let's see, which states would gain or lose House members. Okay, where's California? Okay, so the dark gray would lose House members. California. Okay, so California would lose House members, it says. So there you go. How do they decide which ones they lose? That's a great question. I don't know. I guess we will rely on Mr. Lewis to fix his feed, and we'll get that answer. But yeah, good stuff. All right, well, that's fun. So that's about the extent of the political government information and news that you'll get from me here on the Morning Buzz. In case you're just joining us, good morning. My name is Mike Brady. I'm the host of the show called the Morning Buzz. This is week 7 of the show. We've been doing the show for 7 weeks. It started really as an opportunity for me to get in front of the microphone and use this as a form of therapy and discovery, really providing a service to the community to see if there was a value in me having this platform for spreading positivity and news and information in around our community, and then helping build community as well. And it's worked out so far. The reception has been well received. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there and contributing and doing all that. All right. Coach Crow says, call me. No connection. Here we go. Let's get Coach Crow on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good, Mike. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. All right, so we got you on speakerphone again.
Someday we'll get this right.
We've got 2 days left in this season.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are. Last week, you're probably feeling. Are you anxious to just get started for next year, or what's your frame of mind right now?
It's really, really, really weird because obviously, as we keep saying over and over and over again, we've never been through this before. But when we got done working out this morning, I released the underclassmen about how Monday we're starting right back at it. We don't get our normal break in December because there's no break. We got to get ready. We start July 30th back on the field with helmets, and so we've got a way short amount of time to get another team ready to play. So, and with not having a JV season and things like that, we're a little behind, but everybody's in that boat. I mean, very few people. Some schools had a couple games on JVs, but that was it. So, and we would only had, I think we'd play twice maybe, and we'd have like a month off in between games. So
yeah,
we tried to do it, and we were been down to like 15 or 16 kids, so that was not going to be advantageous. So, but yeah, we're really excited about Friday night to send our seniors out the right way, and then we start back Monday, back to get ready for fall 2021.
How's this week been with your seniors? Are you guys? I mean, are you guys pretty locked in, and is it sentimental? I mean, how's the mood?
All the above. Sentimental, locked in. I think they're excited about playing their last game at home. I think that helped. Being a senior night and being our last game being at home has helped their focus. Wearing their greens for the last time has helped their focus. But yeah, it's a lot of hats. Like tonight, we're having our meeting for next year's team with parents and players in the stadium.
Yep.
Which is really weird to be having that while the season's still going on, but we don't have that. We don't have time to really waste on it. So, yeah, but I think the seniors are ready to go.
That's great. And as far as their health overall goes, are we expecting to see anyone back from injury that are seniors?
Oh yeah, we should be almost up to 100% full strength.
That's good news.
We definitely won't have Will, but everybody else is gonna. As of right now, everybody else is going to dress and give it a go.
Wow, how exciting!
I think that's exciting for them. I think they, not that they're 100%, but they're going to give it a shot and get out there and see what they can do.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, and yeah, I've got to think that this week has been a pretty emotional week for those seniors, especially given the circumstances of the last year.
I think it'll hit them Friday night.
Yeah.
I think when we go to McPhee's on Friday for our pregame and then walk out Friday night, I think it'll hit them.
Yeah, it's almost like you want to push pause and make it last one more week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, in a regular season, we'll be trying to play 6 more weeks, but we don't get that this year, so we'll see how it goes.
So talking specifically about football, what are your thoughts on the game last Friday? Are you encouraged by what you saw from some of the younger guys?
Oh, if people, and I'm not going to get into all that went on 2 days before the game, but what we went through in the 30 hours before that game, we lost 5 starters, 5 starting positions, within 30 hours of that game.
Wow.
3 of them to nothing the kids did. Actually, none of us anything the kids did. It was just a myriad of. None of them were discipline problems. They were all semi-health related problems, but nothing of injury. It was just weird. It was weird, and so we had to play some freshmen. We found out before the game we're going to have to put 2 freshmen in the game and play positions. I mean, that was literally at 1:00.
Wow.
So it was, like I said, it was not a discipline problem. It was not anything like that. It was just, some other issues that went on, and they're all good. All those kids are going to get to play this week. So it wasn't like, but it was just so bizarre.
Wow. Well, I mean, that mentality of next man up seems to be, paying off, right? Everybody's.
Oh, it couldn't have been any more next man up than it was last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we changed some guys' positions and played some guys in different positions, and it paid off. I tell you what, I will give our hats off. Like I told the kids after the game, it was a battle of attrition. We just had one more player left standing than they did, so to speak. We just made one more play, and that got us out of there.
Well, I got to see the game from a different vantage point this last week. Up top of the press box, for those of you who've been to San Luis, you have a press box, and then on top is a platform. It's like the roof, right? You would think that the coaches, the coordinators have these boxes that they could sit in that are separate. Nope. It's like everybody is on top of this deck, both teams, opposing teams. They can hear each other. Each coordinator can listen to the other coordinator if they want. I'm standing in the middle. So in my left ear, I can hear all of San Luis's plays. In my right ear, I can hear all of our plays. And, it gave me a new perspective, but appreciation really for what Coach Lane does specifically throughout the game. I think if they had shot collars that he could put on all the players, he would do that. Because he's yelling at all the players for every play, but nobody can hear him. But it's just, it's fascinating to watch.
The coaches we can hear it. Yeah, we can hear him. So yeah,
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it was an exciting game down to last play, and both teams. I thought San Luis composed themselves very well. They seem to have a really great program. I know that you're friends with a lot of their coaches.
Yes,
it was a special tribute to your friend on Friday night, which was great. So I'm sure that game kind of brought out some other emotions for you as well, but always nice to come away.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. Being on the headphones is its own world, because especially with up in the press box, because you wear headphones on both ears, not in one. So you don't get outside noise. And so sometimes your voice, the person up there, they don't hear how loud they are. But yeah, it's really weird to be up there with everybody. It's better where we have our press box set up where you get your own area. So
yeah, everyone's separate.
Yeah,
sure. Although those walls don't block out Coach Lane's voice from everyone else either. So
no.
All right, so Friday, so we're having the team meal at McPhee's. That's I'm actually going to talk to Joe this afternoon at Joe's place to see if I can broadcast live Friday morning from Joe's place. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, just because it's. I know that typically a lot of the boys go in there in the morning on Fridays, and so if I could set that up, I will. But other than that, we've got a new tier as of 8 minutes ago, right?
Yes.
And so
we get more fans. We get four fans per player, which is really nice on senior night.
Yeah. And I think, is it still household members or is it just 4 fans?
I think it's 4 fans.
That'll be great. Okay. Well, cool. So any chance you can add like 30 players to your roster so we can get more fans in there?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a packed house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like we said, I know Pasol's playing at Tascadero, but I think we're the only 2 games in the whole area. So.
Okay.
So people are looking. Yeah. So if you know somebody on our team and you want to come watch football, contact them.
Yeah, and I've got a couple spots available on the camera crew too that I'm going to need help with. So you guys can always contact me as well. All right. So what are we expecting from Righetti? What do they look like?
They're a good football team. Yeah. They're good. They're I believe 4-1. Their only loss is to St. Joe's. They beat everybody else fairly handily. Not but we're hoping to give them a challenge Friday night. I think if we have all of our guys ready to go, I think we give them a run for their money.
Good.
I think they do. We can do some things. Hopefully, if our kids are brains well with us, we play really smart. We'll be right there with them. They do have some good athletes, though. You know, it's another school of 2,500 kids. You know, almost 4 times our size, and they've always had. And Rigetti always has good athletes. Some kids that can run, and some big kids, because they got quite a crew to choose from. So, but I think our kids will represent the school and the community very well Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I have no doubt they will. That's so cool. Yeah, your wife's on the chat saying that the stadium needs to be loud. Just so you know, I've been given the green light by Coach Farley to run the PA system for the music, and
Yes.
so I'm super pumped about that. So I'll do my part to try to get the crowd motivated and pumped up. I will not take away from my duties of filming. I take that seriously. So just rest
And
assured.
you do a great job. You help us a ton. I tell you, all the time and effort you've put into that has been a godsend to us.
Oh, it's been a blast. I love it. So I'm glad to be a part of it. All right. So a couple of housekeeping notes. We do have a meeting tomorrow. If you are a parent of an 8th grader, this meeting's for you as well, correct?
Tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tonight. Yeah, it is Wednesday, isn't
Tonight
it?
at 6 o'clock in the stadium. Yes. If you have an 8th grader that's going to be a freshman and are interested at all, and that means you don't have ever had to play. We have a young man starting tomorrow night. Our Friday night both ways. Started last Friday night both ways. First year ever playing football.
That's
Never
awesome.
ever come out for football before, and he's starting both ways. And we have kids on our team that don't play football until they're from high school. So if you have, and of course youth didn't. So that's no prerequisite whatsoever to play. If you just think you want to give it a shot, and we'd love to have you give it a try. We've have 4 freshmen who had never played youth, and their parents are talking about how much their kids love our program and love football and how much they've enjoyed it, and they're hooked. So yeah, if you've ever had a thought cross your mind, at least come and listen. That way you're not behind if you want to give it a shot. Yeah.
Okay. So
No commitment meeting, but we'd love to have anybody, we'd love to have our side of the stadium full tonight listening to our presentation.
So the meeting starts at 6, and
Yes, in the stadium.
In the stadium, park out on the street, walk into the
Yes.
stadium, wear your masks, socially distance, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Regular stuff, but yeah, we're gonna
yeah, and if you've never been to one of Coach Crow's meetings,
how we run our off-season program.
Coach Crow's meetings aren't 3 hours of dilly-dallying around. It's down to business. He's going to give you the hard facts of what you need to know, give you the schedule, give you the rules, and then get you out of there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't like to meet that long.
Right. Okay. Well, Coach, we wish you luck on Friday. I'll see you out there this afternoon or this evening for the meeting. And again, we'll do our part as fans to make sure that the boys know that we're behind you guys. And we just, want you to make sure that you send these seniors off with a bang and give it your best shot on Friday.
And I know you showed a little bit of it on Monday. My wife and I and some of our assistant coaches and wives and stuff were at the backyard on Saturday, and we had a blast. That was a great night for us to socialize with each other away from the game. And you do a great job with that. It sounded like that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. No, that was a good night. I didn't want to, I didn't want to let people know that you were up on stage singing. I didn't want that to. You're a big, tough football coach, but apparently you got a little artistic side too in you.
Hey, we're all humans. We're all humans, man. We got to have our outlets.
I love it. No, it's so cool. Yeah, I couldn't be more appreciative of the support that you guys showed me on Saturday. So thanks for coming out to that.
It's just a little bit compared to what you give to us. We thank you, Mike.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. Well, all right, Coach, we will let you go. And again, good luck on Friday. We'll be there rooting for you as loud as we can.
Hey, we'll give it a run. So thank you, and go Eagles.
Go Eagles. Thanks.
Thanks.
See ya. All right, that's Coach Don Crow. That guy's awesome. Just another person in the community who gives everything he has to these kids for us on a daily and weekly basis. So thank you again, Coach Crow. Again, to this Friday is senior night, and we play Rigetti. It's we're now in a new orange tier, and so that's allowing, I think, for 4 spectators per student athlete, and so there's probably going to be more announcements on that coming from Coach Farley here in the next 48 hours, I would imagine. But all right, it's 8:15. This guy's on a tight schedule. Let's get him in. Andy, how are you?
Good. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. Is Aaron going to join us this morning?
I believe he is. Yes.
Okay, cool. Hey, did you happen to catch the show yesterday?
I did not. I was knee deep in other meetings. So I would like for you to send me the link, though, so I can check it out.
It's on the Facebook page.
Perfect.
I cut it out and then posted it late last night. It's an hour and a half long. So, it's one of those where you just want to go for a run and listen to the audio while you're doing it. The guy is amazing. And I thought of you the whole time, right? Because now what he wants to do, he's coming up to San Jose in June. And he's done 14 Ironmans or I'm sorry, he's competed in 13. He's finished 12. The 13th, he wasn't feeling well. He wasn't sure what was going on. His times were off. He went home, had a heart attack. And then 2 weeks later was running like a half marathon or something ridiculous, right?
It's incredible.
Yeah, so he's 69. He's training for his 14th Ironman that's going to be in Mexico in November. He's going to be traveling through the area in June, and we're going to set up a Friday night kind of cocktail hour, wine meet and greet where he's going to come down and just talk to us and, just have a little just chat with us, which will be cool. So I'll definitely send you the invite because I think that you would get a lot from it. And, just surrounding yourself with people that are just extraordinary, right? And his book says the title of his book is it's Beyond Average, right? And so like that's what it's called. And he's no different than anyone else. He's just kind of figured out how to unlock that extraordinary kind of next step, right? So yeah, I think you'd be stoked on it.
Yeah, it reminds me of it's the quote that the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. And, that I'm sure he embodies every bit of that quote. So,
oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, his stories are just, he was one of these kids. He had to have braces on his legs when he was little because he couldn't walk normally. And he's just a crazy story of obstacles that he's overcome. He was sexually abused as a child, and he that led to kind of him drinking and but all it took was one person to just speak positivity into his life and motivation and believing in him that had him kind of change and turn that corner. And that person was his swimming coach, who that coach ended up going on to be an Olympic coach, water polo coach, Hungarian guy, and the name escapes me right now, but a U.S. Olympic coach for water polo. Yeah. So all it takes, and you being in education, like, you think about all of the teachers that have access to these kids to be that person in their life, right? Pretty cool how one person can impact somebody that's had so many negative things happen in their life. Yeah, it was a special interview.
Yeah, that's a great segue to education. I mean, I believe that most teachers and most coaches, that is their objective at the beginning of each and every day is to develop those connections with students and make a difference in a child's life. Oftentimes you have no clue as the educator or as the coach who you're really impacting, and it doesn't fully come to fruition until years later, which I'm sure in this gentleman's case was, is exactly what happened. Manny Scott, who is one of the Freedom Riders. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Freedom Riders, but he is actually one of the Freedom Riders that the movie was about, and he's now a speaker and very involved in education. And he says something along the lines of, and this message is to educators, is even on your worst day, you are some child's best part of that day. And we never more true than this school year, where adversity is always present, and we just have to remember that students and children are going through some hard times as well, and we can still be the best part of that day. So
yeah, no, that's powerful. And teachers aren't superhumans, right? They are subject to the same things that every other human being are, but yeah, I mean, they have that, they're in that position of influence in these children's lives. And yeah, I mean, you don't think about the power that's in that, right? But yeah, on their worst day, they are in fact a bright spot in some kids' day.
absolutely.
Yeah, and we're lucky here in our district. We've got it 99% better than most districts across the country, right? Like we've been dealt a pretty good hand where we're sitting in our lives compared to a lot of people. All right, Aaron, good morning.
Good morning. Appreciate your flexibility. I've been squeezed on both ends of my morning schedule, so I'm glad I was able to get here, but I'm a little bit late. Yeah,
no worries. We were just we were doing what we do and talk fitness and all kinds of things like that. So glad that you could join us. Before we get into some real quick business, just one last question for you, Andy. How's your training going?
It's going. Yeah, it's in the beginning stages. I'm kind of in that stage where I'm incredibly sore right now because I've upped the ante, and my muscles and my body haven't quite caught up with what I'm expecting of them. So I woke up this morning and felt my age. That's for sure.
Nice. Yeah, I've got something going on with my left hip that's kind of bothering me when I'm not active, right? When you're not training, that's when everything starts to really hurt, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're training, it kind of all subsides for a minute. But I guess age is a real thing, right?
It sure is.
Yeah. But like, you've got these super ultra athletes that get paid to do this for a living, and they have all of these resources available to them on their off time to recuperate, right? Like the Tom Brady has a personal guy who's literally massaging every single muscle in his body when he's not training, right? Like, how do we get that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not even going to go down the path of what Templeton Unified School District could provide, because that's off the table. So right. We're not in that business. The New England Patriots have many more resources.
All right. Or now Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Gosh, too many years of New England Patriots. Yes, right. Tampa Bay. Where have I been?
Oh man. All right. And Mr. Asplund, I got the update from Mr. Mack in regards to boys volleyball, but they had a good showing last night.
Yeah, and steady progress. That's what you hope to see. They're just getting better and better. So I was really pleased myself. And your boys are enjoying it? Yeah, absolutely. There's they'd love to have twice as many matches, but they're grateful for the ones they have available and enjoying it for sure. Yeah. Well, I think the Brady Beach volleyball court's going to be open for competition this summer. So, yeah, we're looking forward to having a bunch of the kids out here this summer to do that. All right, cool. So here we are in a new tier today, and really, we kind of talked about it last night. It doesn't really shift too much as a district for us, other than kind of some sports spectator stuff, right? Yeah, it loosens up kind of live audience opportunities to be better attended. So sports, and then I think it helps to bolster a little bit our upcoming promotion ceremonies, the kind of total capacity. So definitely helps with these kind of late in the year activities, which is definitely a plus. But no real significant changes as it relates to what happens during the school day. Any additional allowances or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. And I would imagine, I think I said here shortly ago, Coach Farley's probably going to put out some type of announcement that kind of formally announces what the guidelines are going to be for spectators moving forward.
Yeah. They had brainstormed and anticipated the eventual return of the orange tier, or getting to the orange tier. And so they definitely have all the metrics and everything figured out. So they'll communicate that for sure.
Perfect. Okay. And do you know, how are the numbers as a whole in our district for like positive tests? Do we know kind of what our rate has been?
Yeah, we have information that we post as a biweekly. Andy's actually in charge of that, and he could probably speak more accurately to it. But the state has us submit information kind of on the incidence of COVID within our district. And it's, I mean, on the whole, it's quite low. It's been managed really proactively. Our nursing staff stays really on top of all of the kind of fundamentals about how to manage it. So it has been really low, quite frankly. So.
A question has come up, and I don't know if you're in a position to answer this, but are there, in regards to the vaccinations, right? There's nothing in place that mandates vaccinations for participation in activities at this time. Is there?
The only place I can think that kind of spills into our space. Let me start by saying there is no mandate for attending school or any school activities. Where I think the only kind of relevance is when it spills into kind of the activity space, like for big public gatherings. I think the state's guidance around, like let's take like concert venues or what have you. There are these ideas that if there's enough vaccinated people, it kind of increases the attendance capacity. And I think that has the potential to translate over into like graduation ceremonies or proms or any of those sorts of things that could happen in a school system, but nothing that has changed kind of our planning or decision making. So we're really not using that as a variable in our planning.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. And then speaking of planning, Mr. Burnett, what's the status of the standardized testing and all of that? How is that going? Are we making any changes?
Yeah, thanks for asking. So right now we're in the midst of kind of our summative assessment season, and what the state has been allowed to do is give districts the authority to make decisions about whether or not they're going to use the Smarter Balanced Assessment, which is the assessment we would use in any other year, whether we're going to use that or use what we're calling local assessments. So what that means is those are assessments that we would typically administer in a year, and so we're what our plan is the high school is actually administering the Smarter Balanced Assessment. They have started that and are in the midst of assessing our 11th grade students only. That's going well. Our alternative education programs have started assessment as well. And then our middle school and Vineyard Elementary School are getting ready to administer local assessments. They will not be administering the Smarter Balanced Assessment. And then Templeton Elementary School, they are not required to administer summative assessments because of the grade levels that are at Templeton Elementary School. So that's the Cliff Notes version of what's happening in the assessment world.
Okay. And then as far as the planning for summer schools going, how's that, gentlemen?
Going well. We closed our survey last night. So that was the survey that we put out to our community to gauge interest. And really, really pleased with the feedback. And so we now are in the kind of pre-registration phase where we're taking those that are interested in summer school, and we're going to target those families and send out registration information so that we can get students registered for summer school. And also we're in the midst of staffing summer school as well. So the application process and the recruitment process is in full swing.
Okay, awesome. With about 30 seconds left with you guys, I know you've got something coming up here at 8:30. Anything else that you guys want to cover?
I would just kind of build on what Andy described as the kind of intensive push to prepare for summer school is exactly what we're doing kind of administratively for next school year more broadly. So, even in our relatively small organization of about 260 employees, there's always retirements, people move, so there's resignations. So there's several, there's recruitments happening right now. And then to build on top of that normal sort of turnover, we're also looking with quite frankly, several $1 million of state and federal grant money to help us reopen our schools and help kids catch up on learning loss and those sorts of things. We're going to be able to make investments in additional staffing, albeit sort of temporarily for a year or two, but to really strengthen our programs and services for kids. So we're recruiting and creating new positions on top of those that we normally would be filling due to retirements and resignations and whatnot. So a pretty intensive staffing push as the year comes to a close, and then we're developing our budget and all the other normal stuff we do. But we're really excited about the facet of being able to build some extra resources into the system to help strengthen the kind of learning environment for our students. So that feels really positive. In normal times, there's belt tightening and we're having to be really, really precise with our resources. But this year we or at least temporarily, we're going to have in the near term future, we're going to have some extra resources, and that feels really good to be able to be in that space in our planning.
And that's exciting for our area as a whole, right? To have a large employer offering more positions available. I would imagine it's the same for the other districts in our county as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be a broad positive for all districts in the county for sure.
But it also creates a little bit of competition for you guys in the recruitment process, which kind of sucks, right?
Yeah, hence the reason we want to be on it now and really giving it our full attention while the hiring season is kind of primed so we can be competitive for sure.
I think what you guys need to do is develop some kind of marketing promotional video where the two of you are like Wayne's World or something. I don't know, but we got to do something to stand out from the other districts.
If it's anything like that, it's sure to drive people away. That much I know.
That's awesome. Well, good luck with the recruitment. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to help with this platform and pushing out any information you guys have. That's good news to have the ability to bring in more staff. Very cool. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, you guys have to get going. I appreciate your time today. We just senior night Friday. Make sure you're wearing green. No excuses. You guys need to be part of the faculty on campus that night, rooting for your team.
Guaranteed, for sure.
I'm going to be in the booth running the music. Joe Farley gave me the okay to be the DJ. I'll keep it clean. But Andy, if you want to come up and join me, I know you've got some good music on your iPod, I'm sure. So.
All right, Mike. Well, hey, thanks for having us as always.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right. That's Aaron and Andy from the district office. Awesome guys. Love them. And again, another reminder of how blessed we are as a community to have great staff and faculty and administration taking care of our kids or helping to take care and shepherd our kids right through their education process. So we check with them every Wednesday, and they give us kind of the lay of the land in the district update. So that's very cool that they got to do that with us today. All right, so that let's see, are we out of guests? It's 8:30. Yeah, that was the last guest appearance. We have Anthony coming up at 8:55 to talk about what, if anything, has happened in the news in the last hour or so in the North County. We had Coach Crow on talking about the game, and yeah, bittersweet week for the seniors and for the coaches and for the team as a whole. A short season coming to an end, but the seniors got a season, so that's exciting. And yeah, they're coming into their final 2 practices here. They had some workouts this morning. They've got one this afternoon. And then they've got, I think, a practice tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. And then our senior boys are clocking out for, until Friday. So, hey, So moving into the springtime, these fundraisers that we're doing, Culture Initiative, we've got these flags. Next week's Staff Appreciation Week, and so the Culture Initiative is doing their part and providing some type of celebratory thing for the staff at Templeton, and so they're able to do that because of the money that we raise through the Culture Initiative by selling flags like this and other fundraisers that they do throughout the year. If you need a T flag, hit me up, message me. No, my name is not Aaron Asplund, even though it says that right there. Let me change that. My name is Mike Brady. I'm the host, and you can email me at morningbuzzaroundtown@gmail.com. Send me a note if you want to get your hands on one of these flags. They're $37.50, and about $14 of that $37.50 goes straight back to the nonprofit, the Culture Initiative, to help fund things like Staff Appreciation Week and the Wingman Spirit, School Spirit student team, and we purchase equipment and all kinds of other things too. So good organization to get behind and support. Anthony's working on getting me somebody from the Paso Robles Police Department to speak on behalf of the second annual golf tournament that's happening. It's a golf tournament that's happening May 29th at 8 a.m. If you want to be a part of it, hit me up. I will get you this information that you need to know. There's sponsorship opportunities available. Let me see here. Sponsorship opportunities, title sponsor. I don't know what's all left, but title sponsors $5,000, golf ball sponsor $2,500, Bearcat sponsor $1,000, Flamson sponsor $500, Lewis sponsor $250, Crimson sponsor $100. Sponsorship opportunities for the Paso Robles Police Officers Association. If you guys want to be a part of that, support it, play in it. If you're just kind of one of those golf guys that wants to go out and compete, then you could do that too. Does it say how much it is? There's a website. Let me go to the website real quick. PasoRoblesPoliceGolf.com. Paso Robles Police Golf. I don't know that I've pulled this website up yet for us, but looks pretty. All right, so here I am at PasoRoblesPoliceGolf.com. Takes me to another link, and let's see if I push on register. What does it do? There's the sponsorships. Okay, so here we go. The golf ball sponsors sold out. The other ones are still available. Crimson sponsor. Does it say if you just want to play in it? Does it say how much it is? I don't know. Is it just this one? No. Well, I'm apparently not very good at navigating websites to figure out this stuff, but looks like start 8 a.m. Okay, good to go. So yeah, we're going to get somebody from Paso Robles Police on with us to talk more about this as we get closer to it. And so we're working on that. The other thing that we are working on, excuse me, I mentioned yesterday, Instagram. Let me go to my Instagram. I mentioned yesterday, I don't know if you guys have heard the story of this guy. This guy, yeah, this guy right here. Oh. Got a frog in my throat. All right, this guy right here, I Am Bear Son, is the Instagram. Maybe you've seen this. This guy has been walking. He walked from LA to San Francisco in this bear costume. And he did it to raise money for mental health awareness. And so, excuse me. he has amassed 38,000 followers. It's been kind of this thing going on social media for the last 3 weeks, but it's just been a cool thing to watch. This story has gained international press. He's been featured on Good Morning America, and he's been featured on the Daily Mail, and he's been featured on all kinds of different sites and stuff. And so I reached out to him. He's now doing a new quest to go from LA to New York. And so I reached out to him to see about getting him on the show, and he has agreed to come on the show. And so at some point here in the next few days, we will have Mr. Bear Son come in to talk with us about why he's doing what he's doing and kind of hear his story. And so it started with him running the LA Marathon in this costume. And that turned into this challenge. And then that challenge turned into him turning that challenge into an opportunity to use the social media status that he's gained to raise awareness for a particular cause. And the cause that he chose was, in fact, mental illness. Let me see. Does it say? He names a specific foundation that he's representing, and I'm looking for it. So bear with me. Get it? Bear with me. Sorry. I know. He made an announcement. Where was it? Anyways, I'll find it. But really cool. The public has kind of gotten behind him. If you had been traveling up and down the 101 for the last 2 weeks, maybe you came across and saw this guy. He had some footage of him in Hollister and Salinas and all kinds of other places that he had gone to. So hold on. I'm choking here. So I Am Bear Son will be on the program here in the next few days, talking about why he's doing what he's doing. So really cool. All right. So today is day 30 for my challenge. And as I posted, I've been in a transition here in my life where I was ending one project that was associated with my career. A couple of my business ventures are winding down and coming to an end. That has kind of put me in a position where I needed to reset myself mentally and physically, and really kind of take stock of where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing with my life and all that fun stuff. And so I on this health and fitness challenge, which you guys have heard me talk about time and time again. And so here I am 30 days into it. I'm down 20 pounds. I've posted it on my social media. People are asking me what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, and wanting to know more about it. There's really, it's super simple. All you got to do is Google 75 hard challenge, 75 hard challenge. There's no book that I bought. There's no subscription to any, thing that I've done. There's no products that I have to purchase through this challenge. There's none of that. It's literally just rules of a program that I'm following to just go on this journey, right? And so anybody can do it. It's it's not for everybody. To me, it was something that is just a goal, right? It's 75 days is a short enough goal. It's something where if I can't do it for 75 days, then I can't do it. And then I just start over, right? That's the thing, is once you screw up one day, you start over. It's not like you get cheat days on the 75-day plan, which I think is why I like it, actually, because the cheat days kind of give you an out. a fallback like, oh, I have a cheat day anyways. I'm going to just cheat, right? There's no cheat days. This is like, hey, it's 75 days, get it over with. And then at day 76, that's your cheat day. You can have a cheat day at day 76, right? So I've kind of enjoyed that aspect of it. Yesterday was okay. The day before yesterday was a little tough. Where I was like not motivated to go out and do my exercise, but I did it. And I was thankful after I got it done. Yesterday I had a hard time getting my gallon of water in. And this is funny to say, but at my gym, Bradford's got a great water system, and it's delicious water. I don't know. It's like the best water I've ever tasted. So I've been in a habit of going and filling up my water, my gallon jug every day at the gym with good water. Well, yesterday I didn't go to the gym. I did my workout outside after the show. And then I was gone all day with my wife out in Morro Bay with the volleyball game. And then I got home last night and did my workout at home at about 9 o'clock last night, 8:45. But my point is, I didn't go to the gym to refill my water bottle with the good water. I was spoiled with that good water, so I had tap water in my jug, and I know what you guys are thinking. I'm getting soft. I'm not able to drink tap water anymore. But I had a really hard time finishing my gallon of water yesterday because I think it was tap water, and psychologically, I was like, this just isn't good for me. They put needles in the tap water. Do you guys remember there was something that like, oh, all of the things that go into your tap water and it's bad for you and this and that. But then I realized I'm not like, my tap water is out of a well. So it's not like I'm drinking like water that's processed through the sewer system and recycled and this and that. I'm drinking water out of the ground that literally is pumped out of a well that sits on my property. So I don't know. Anyways, I drank my tap water or my well water gallon of water last night. That was the toughest the toughest time that I've had with this challenge so far in the drinking water. The other biggest challenge that I've had with this is the reading. Finding the time to read 10 pages. I know that time exists in my day because I sure find the time to scroll through my Instagram and Facebook and do all those things. But for some reason, finding the time to sit down and not pay attention to anything else except for the words on pages in a book has been super difficult for me. So I'm still 30 days in trying to figure out the ideal time, the optimal time. There's the word that I was looking for. The optimal time for me to open up that book and read. Is it first thing when I get up in the morning? Is it last thing before I go to bed? Amanda is agreeing with me. Yeah, I can't drink the tap water. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to find that optimal time for reading. Is it right after the show before I exercise? Is it right after my first exercise? Is it? I don't know. I have been getting a little sleepy around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's typically when I've been going, okay, now I need to go on my second workout, right? My second workout has been my hike to that monolith for the most part. If you go on, what did we do before, by the way? Everybody carried a big journals and planners, right? With like these big 3-ring binders and post-it notes and whatnot. But if you go on MyFitnessPal, which is my app, I've got where is my stats here? My workouts. Here's my log. Okay, so my log of all my workouts. Oops, I just pushed it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So I've been doing I'm like a creature of habit when it comes to this stuff. I'm doing this hike in the afternoons that I know exactly it's going to take me 8.5 minutes to get to from my house to where I park the car. And then it takes me 46 minutes and 20 seconds to go up and down the mountain in this hike. It's approximately 1.96 miles. It's a super hard hike. Let's see what else. I burned 514 calories according to this map. Here it's 1.96 miles. So that's that. And the route is always the same, right? The route's always the same. Creature of habit. I just know that that's what I'm going to get on this hike every day. So, but this app, MyFitnessPal, has helped me because it allows me to kind of track everything that I've been doing. My 5-mile runs that I've been doing outside. Let's see. I did one yesterday, 427. Same route. I literally walk out of my house. I go into the field that is directly next to my property. And I just run the loop of the field. And I know that 2.5 times around that field is 1 mile. Right. And so, like, sounds probably pretty boring to you guys. It's almost like running around a track, but it's easy because I know exactly where I'm at. Like, okay, when I pass this stick, I know I'm going to be at 2 miles. Like, that's just my brain, how it works. And I love it. So 5 miles yesterday, 54 minutes. My average pace, I'm not a fast guy, right? 10 minutes, 54 seconds, burned 800 calories. And it's just literally a loop. Like, I'm trying to simplify this program and process for me as much as possible, because the less I have to think about it and the more like second nature it is, the easier for me. When I go to the gym, when I've been going to the lab, what I've been doing is typically at the lab, I'll do 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week on the treadmill running 5 miles. And then the other days of the week, I'll do some weight training in the program that Bradford's got me on. And sometimes I'll work out with Bradford or others. Other times it'll just be me, but it's charted for me. It's written for me. I already know what I'm going to do. So where I find that I have a struggle is when it's not planned for me. Like, if I walk out of this show and go, okay, I've got to go work out. Oh gosh, what am I going to do? Well, what should I do? Like, that's when you get into trouble. If I know walking out of the show, okay, I'm done. I'm going to go run my 5 miles. I know exactly where I'm going to run. I know exactly what shoes I'm going to wear, what socks I'm going to wear, where that stuff is. I know what podcast I'm going to listen to. I know where my field is that I'm going to go. Like, if it's all done for me already, I don't even have to think about it. It's just that much easier. I'm not there yet with finding the optimal time and just making the reading second nature. That's been the toughest part of this whole challenge for me. And it's weird because you get into these modes where you start reading a book and you love the book and you can't put it down, right? And then you make that a priority. I haven't been in that mode where I can't put a book down in a few years. So that and maybe I'm just looking for the wrong books. I don't know, but that's kind of been what my goal is here in the next 30 days, is to find my optimal time for me to open up the book and read, and then fit it into my schedule. The other thing I mentioned when I was talking to Amanda is the diet. I introduced beans into the diet here in the last week, and they're not agreeing with me. And it's just kind of upsetting my stomach, to be honest with you. And I don't know what that stems from, because beans they aren't not allowed on this challenge, right? You can have beans, you can have anything you want, but you have to commit to some type of diet. And the diet that I committed to is a diet minus the gluten, the sugar, the dairy, and the alcohol. Like, other than that, beans are in that diet, but I don't like the way the beans are making me feel. So I think I'm gonna ixnay the beans from that, right? The other thing I noticed is in the last week, I've had less vegetables than I did the previous 3 weeks. And so that needs to go back. I need to go back to having more vegetables, I noticed. So, it's weird that you start to see kind of how different foods are affecting your mindset, your energy, your digestion, all of it. And, eliminating the gluten, the sugar, the dairy has helped kind of really hone in and decide what's working, what's not working. So, speaking of what's working, Mr. Anthony Reed is working it on his birthday today. One last birthday song for you today.
Yep.
There it is. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
it. Where are you going to lunch?
Big Bubba's.
That's right. Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to Big Bubba's all the time. Gosh, I think I was around your age, 24, 25 years old. We would be at Bubba's almost every afternoon. We love that place.
Was it expensive back then as is now?
I don't know. I honestly, I'm one of those weird guys that really doesn't have any concept of money. Like, I couldn't tell you what a beer is supposed to cost at a bar or what a sandwich costs. I just don't know.
Well, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not paying for it. So
right, exactly.
So
yeah. I do know that I'm drinking these Lagunitas hop refreshers that are non-alcoholic, no gluten, no sugar, no carbs. They're delicious, and I buy a 4-pack. They're $5.49. I don't know if that's expensive or not, but if you break it down, $5.49 divided by 4, that's $1.37 each. So I think that's okay.
That's relatively cheap,
right?
Yeah,
it's actually cheaper than a bottle of water.
Yeah, in most places,
right? Yeah. So
yeah. Hey, Mike, I wanted to just remind you that if you do get the show approved for Joe's, I am available to be in person with you if you want me to go.
Absolutely, yeah. I should know this afternoon. I've got to touch base with Joe around 2:00, and I will know by this afternoon, this evening, if in fact we are a go for Friday. Although I was kind of hesitant about allowing you to come in on Friday because you are a Bearcat. Well, I'm a Bearcat too, but I'm now an Eagle. And so it's kind of Eagles senior day. I would hate for you to kind of, kind of mess with our mojo there, showing up, representing your Bearcats. I don't know. Maybe we can keep you just on camera for that one.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I hate to break it. I hate to break it to you, Mike. I did go to Templeton Elementary School and also Vineyard Elementary School.
That's right.
I do have a little bit of Eagle in me, but it's more Bearcat. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure I find something in my closet that will fit a 6'6" person that says Eagles on it. I don't know if I have anything. I'll give you a shirt. It'll look like a half shirt on you probably because you're twice as tall as me. But maybe I could find something in my closet that says Eagles that I can get you to represent.
I don't think you have anything that's also 3X. Not fat, but just tall.
Just tall, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you shop for clothes? Because you can't go into Kohl's and buy something that 6'6" person could wear.
You'd be surprised at what you can find in Kohl's and especially in Walmart too.
Okay.
But there is, speaking of clothing, there is a shop that's up there in San Jose. We went up there a couple months ago. I forget the name of the shop, but anyway, they have like clothes for like big and tall people, like myself. Oddly enough, they didn't have pants that fit me, so I'm not much of a pants guy anyway. I wear shorts all the time, but not pants. But yeah, so I found a couple outfits up there that was kind of on the expensive side, but hey, whatever, I guess.
I have a buddy who's going through cancer treatments right now, and in anticipation of losing his hair with the chemotherapy, he started looking for hats to wear. He has an abnormally large head, like larger than any head I've ever seen, and a regular hat does not fit his head, and so he found a website that specializes in hats for like abnormally large heads. Just cracks me up. So
yeah, that's hilarious. But there is, I have a friend of mine, actually a good friend of mine. His name is Tyler Byram. I don't think he's watching the show, but anyway, so he doesn't have a big head, like the back of his head, but he has a big face. So, and so as a kid, people would say, "Oh yeah, you have a big head," but no, his head is like really small, but his face is just big. It's weird.
I'm sure if he feels real good about you calling it weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it's unique, is what it is. So.
Oh, yeah. Wow, how funny! All right, enough about making fun of other people's features. It all started with me saying I don't have any clothes that'll fit you because you're twice as tall as me. What? Any news to report before I send you on your way?
No, like I said, I have a call into President Biden this afternoon to make my birthday a national holiday. So
perfect.
We'll see if we can pass that with Congress. So
yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony. Enjoy your birthday celebration today. Happy 26th. The world is your oyster. This year is going to be better than the last.
Definitely. I hope so.
All right, man. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you. All right. Anthony Reed's birthday today. That's why I'm playing happy birthday. Very cool. Nice of him to join us. And we just wish him well on his 26th birthday. All right. That's the show for today. It's 9:02. Thank you so much for joining the Morning Buzz. Again, my name is Mike Brady. I'm the host of the Morning Buzz. This is a show where we just spread positivity and love, information and news, and hopefully help build some community around our community. So thanks again for joining us. We will see you tomorrow on the Thursday edition. Be well. Sun's out. Go get some vitamin D because